Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back, everybody. We are here the day after the great unbanning that we saw yesterday in Duel Commander. We got 5 cards unbanned. We got, what is it? Asmo, Rafellos, Essior, Baral, and the white Reanimate Legends card. Loyal Retainers. There we go. So I thought to change it up, we were gonna, obviously we gotta try one of the unbanned commanders. I was looking at trying to find some Asmo decks, and honestly, kind of struggling a little bit. It's hard to find old decks. I did find 3 different lists that top aided, or not top aided, that like had 5 out of league between now and then. But I'm desperately trying to find the differences between them, and like they all seem to be like kind of missing cards that I would want in the deck, but I'm not big brained enough to figure out the proper cuts to add the good cards. And so we're gonna figure it out, play it by ear a little bit, grab one of these deck lists mostly, and just kind of fire away with some, obviously playing some success that someone else clearly had. Right off the bat, I do trust these 2 users. I recognize their names a lot. And also, I think the third list, if I'm not mistaken, just straight up doesn't have Oval Chase Daredevil in it, which to me seems like the most obvious include in an Asmo deck ever, so I might just, not think about that one. I think I want to run this one. This one was looking a little bit better. This sort of other list didn't have, Troll of Khazad-dûn and a couple other niche cards. I think we're just going to grab this one. But, I'm not smart enough to be like, oh, they're clearly missing, bang, just rattle off some, Asmo slot-ins. So let's just get this one started. And for those of you watching this on YouTube later, if you're sad that we're not playing Cloud today, then let me know. I know the last time I didn't play Cloud, people were upset and they're like, "Go back to Cloud, please. That's all we want from you is to play Cloud and no other deck." So if you want that, let me know. If you're excited to see the new decks, also feel free to let me know. You just want to try new things, right? Asmo. I also have truly no idea how to pronounce Asmo's full name. Hello? Are you importing? This is not vintage. This is Duel Commander. We'll put this list up on Flixlot and Stream Decker as well, but you saw it as well as me. We are literally just drag and dropping from the list we ripped online. What is going on? I logged in with my Daybreak account, right? I'm not insane. Oh, is it just not legal because I need to do that? Yeah, there we go. Is this like a tainted pact list? Do I have to think about that? Snow covered swamp, or yeah, swamp mountain. Yeah, this is a tainted pact list. Is this a Magus Moon list? It is. These are mostly cards that I would think about. We just have the regular discard. A lot of cards that I just don't remember or don't know the text of at all. Sure, I guess this is nice when you discard. You discard it and then cast your Asmo and you get a free 3/3. That's nice. A lot of old-timey Living End hits. Horror of the Broken Land, Monstrous Carabid. I'm not really sure what this Chaos Defiler is doing here. It looks like we're just kind of casting it for 5 mana, which is weird, but it is what it is. Alright, let me continue to get this uploaded. Why can't I edit format? Hello? Why is it just saying that this is a standard deck? Flixlot? Oh, it's validating something. This looks like it's stuck. Good evening to you as well, Blinky Mans. We are not a Cloud gamer tonight. We gotta try the new hotness. Let's just get this league going. If I ever put a tutor on the stack, it's going to be a bad day because I don't know any of the cards in my own deck. But it's fine. Not like there are tutors in black, right? Right? Why is this just get stuck in validating? Flux slot, what are you doing to me? Alright, I'm gonna upload this to Stream Decker while we wait. Asmo destroyed you twice in a league, and I still be now on the other side. Yeah, hopefully. We'll see how this goes. I'm not a very proficient, wait, why is this imported as 99 cards? Fuck. These lists are just, I'm sorry, if you really want the list, we're gonna figure it out. For some reason, this list only imported 99 of the 100 cards onto Stream Decker, and Flex Slot just fully breaks when I try to import it. So, I guess no one's getting this list. Hang on. Flex Slot might be back. Format. There's Russian Duel Commander? What the fuck is that? Duel Commander. Your deck has validation issues. What do you mean the deck has validation issues? What do you want from me? This is all horrible. This is the good content. Japanese Fisherman and Pasta Humbone both got their first trophies. Yeah, so did TV Emerald. Those were the 3 lists that we were looking at the very beginning. TV Emerald, notably like a really good Philia player. All right, we're just never posting these deck lists. Everyone saw we stole. I think it was Pest de Hambone, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Hopefully. We have like Fatal Push into turn 2 Asmo with Cycler, so this seems fine. Oh, what are we playing against? I didn't actually look. Oh, Rafellos. This seems like a good matchup for this deck, if I had to guess. Get the battle of the new commanders in already. If they play Mandork, we Fatal Push it, otherwise... Alright, no Manadork, then we're saving the Fatal Push for the Rafellos, I suppose. Do not cycle end step, because we need to cycle to cast the Asmo. I mean, we could also like Inquisition here, but I think we should just be Inquisition, hold up Fatal Push or whatever, but I think we're fine just casting Asmo this turn. And then we get like Inquisition, Fatal Push, start doing stuff. We cannot unearth Monsters Carabid. It's not reanimate. I think we just want our red swords down. Although maybe that's not true, we have so many black cards in hand. Let's go get our cookbook. 88 card errors? Oh, because it thinks that I'm submitting a standard deck. I changed it the format to Duel Commander. Why is it? Do I need to re-hit the validate button, maybe? Duel Commander requires a commander. Add Asmo. Set commander. Oh, thank God, we're finally free. I don't know where the sideboard went. Alright, sorry, we're juggling a couple things at once. My opponent is just like straight rampant, huh? A little bit scary, honestly. Let's start with... I mean, we could just like hold up Oppo Agent and not Inquisition. Hit like Greenstone. I imagine Mono Green has got like a lot of tutoring bullshit. But we also would love to cast Underworld Cookbook to start generating food. So I think we're fine just Inquisitioning here. Oh, man. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, we can't do all this bullshit yet, but it is scary. It would have been nice to tag that Nature's Rhythm. I guess we could discard and unearth one of our guys right now, huh, instead of holding a Fatal Push. Do we want to just, like, put a Barragoyf into play on the cheap? That might honestly be worth, because we're just... It's a race against the clock, right? We're going to get Cavalier of Thorns to this turn. This is 5 mana, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. This is pretty bad. So Oppo Agent's not going to do anything against this, but we're going to have 2 food so we can at least kill it. And then they're going to keep ramping into Ugin, and then we're just going to die. No Cavalier of Thorns? Oh, Raphaelis plus Regenerate. Oh, we can hit it twice. Which is good for me. Gotta be vigilant with, like, playing out our lands, because we do want to continue having cards to discard here. So we know my opponent's entire hand, so they have nothing here. So I think we just start by attacking. I imagine they're just going to, like, block Barragoyf with Wood Elves. Yeah. So we do this all in their upkeep, too, to make them tap more mana, because they don't have anything at instant speed here. So I think I play land because I want to Oppo plus Fatal Push here. We play red land, discard Tech and Numa, Fatal Push plus throw 2 food at this. Oh, I actually don't want to Fatal Push this, because they could potentially recast it. I just let this happen. I maybe even wanted to Fatal Push first, because if they just, like, cast Cavalier and add down foods now, if they hit land here. Hopefully they just hit, like, Green Sun. Oh, Fairbank Catacombs, that's so good for me. That's so incredibly good for me, holy shit. I mean, I guess we take this Dryad Arbor, because it attacks? Although then it gets, like, Ugin, but they're not at Ugin yet. We just want to be able to damage them. Kind of be nice for them to draw a Dryad Arbor, though. I didn't math out if this was, like, gonna be lethal faster. Yeah, the Oppo Agent into the fetch land was so nasty. And now that we're on end step, we can shoot the... Wait, where did they get this? Oh, there's no Nature's Rhythm. Whoops. Oh, if I got normal force, we could have actually animated Hive. Maybe that was better. A lot of stuff going on. Oh, this is the shock land. I don't think we're going for foods here. If I animate and just hit them for 3, 6, 9, they block the barrel glyph, they go to 4, and then they can cast Cavalier and then die. So I think it's fine to... Yeah, alright. That worked out well. Would have been much worse if they had a force instead of a fetch land, but we get there sometimes. 5 card errors, what is it now? Spider Punk, Multiversal Passage, Swarm, Being of Bees. Not found in database. God! Flex slot! You don't have the Spider-Man cards. Come on. Flex slot, why are you doing this to me? Where did this sideboard even go? I give up. I give up. I'm sorry if anyone wanted this list. We'll maybe get it posted later. But again, we literally just yoinked it from the 5-0 lists. It's not like this list is anything special. I'll try to show off the list in between rounds and stuff, and I'll probably link in the YouTube video. I'll link to like at least the MTG Goldfish list. All right. Ugh, no removal, huh? Just a bunch of like non-creature discard. I think we just shipped. Also, no like Asmo activator. I think we can just pretty safely ship this. It'd be a nice turn 1 Asmo if we had like a cycler. We'd cycler, Spirit Guide Asmo. Spark Spray kind of goated in this matchup. It is a 1-lander, but I think I kind of have to keep it. Pyrokinesis is also kind of nuts. We just keep this in bottom Spell Bomb, right? And just kind of, well, we'll find the land, right? We may need to fire off one of these cyclers to hit our land drop. Although we can also like start generating guys. Are we supposed to just shoot this? I kind of don't want to shoot this because then they just go like land Raphellos next turn. And then I don't have a red card and I still have to kill the Raphellos anyway. Question is if I'm gonna currency converter or just cycle trying to hit Asmo turn 2. I think we're just gonna cycle Carabid. Trying to hit land 2. And then we'll Pyrokinesis. Hopefully they'll just cast Raphellos and we can Pyrokinesis plus Sparks, or Pyrokinesis pitching Spark Spray. Although this is also a red card if we wanted to save the Spark Spray for another removal spell. But I think we just need cyclers, especially because this is, we can't cycle this. I guess Spark Spray does technically cycle, but whatever. You guys get the idea. There's going to be a lot of like me talking through these lines because I'm working out the deck as just as much as the viewers might be. So apologies if I drag my feet a little bit more. Kitty, can you stop being annoying? Unbans were enough to get you to play a new deck. I mean, we gotta try the new stuff, right? We can't just be like, all right, well, there are 5 unbans. Time to play some Cloud, day 2. We gotta do the new thing. The Azusa stream, when I posted it to YouTube, it was just, the comments were just like, where Cloud? Bring back Cloud. Mumble, huh? My opponent is very wisely not casting their commander. They take what? What did they take? Snow-covered forest? Alright, well, we should probably Pyrokinesis this, huh? I mean, hopefully we can cycle Carabid here, hit a different red card. And, like, Pyrokinesis pitching the other red card and then Spark Spray. Force Will ban, but Pyrokinesis is free. I mean, Pyrokinesis is much less universally busted than Force of Will, but sure, it's much better here. I think we do just need to cycle this tail land too. There's a world that we just, like, hope and pitch the Carabin to the Pyrokinesis and keep the Spark Spray, but I think we kind of want to hit our land drop. That's a little awkward. Hey, alright, if we find a black source, we have new Spark Spray online. So I think we're just gonna do this and then cycle Unearth? Question mark? Real messy. What is Graveyard ordering for here? What's going on? What card do they have that cares about Graveyard order? Because it's the only time that, like, this temporary zone pops up, right? I suppose I could just cycle the Unearth now to see if I rip exactly Simian Spirit Guide and they're a mono green deck. Also just play Converter? Probably not. And my XJ Asmo. I already said at the beginning of the stream, I don't know how to pronounce Asmo beyond Asmo, so I don't even know why I'm gonna. Why I was attempting that one. Asmoranomardic Cadist. Nope. Alright, I guess we just Sorcery Speed cycle, huh? Ah, yes, Swamp Cycle. Let's go, Troll. So we can Swamp Cycle, Locust Spray, Raphellos, and cast Asmo. Oh, they're not Raphellosing. Green Sun for Arbor? Bird, okay. I probably need a Locust Spray that still. Alright, step 1, Swamp Cycle. I guess step 1 was actually Currency Converter if I wasn't going to Locust Spray this turn. I think I am going to Locust Spray this turn. Maybe they have Phyrexian Furnace? Why would they have Phyrexian Furnace in their deck, though? It would be my follow-up question to that. Although maybe I'm not supposed to Locust Spray. Maybe I'm supposed to just Cookbook here. Because then if they just, like, play Raphellos, they have a billion mana. At least right now, I have Cookbook going to beat, like, a singular big guy, maybe. And we only have one removal spell versus the Raphellos. Loving the Unbans for Dual Commander. I feel like the Unbans are going to largely not do a lot. Oh, dear. Raphellos with Greaves, huh? We might be cooked. Get it? Cooked. Asmo is a cook. Comedy Gold right there. But yeah, I think we're dead as fuck. I mean, I don't think there was any reason to ban anything. I think the unbans were... The reason they did a bunch of unbans is because this was a lull in, like, a lot of, like, high-level dual commander stuff going on. And they tried to unban, like, a lot of, like, safe cards that were unbanned kind of a long time ago that have maybe been power crept out of the format. My guess is that Asmo is the most likely to do something. What's their payoff for mana? Thragtusk? They were much bigger than that. Their hand was like Ugin, Cavalier of Thorns, and Crater of Behemoth last game. Raphellos does not make 5 mana. Raphellos ramps you to like fucking 8 and 10. Oh, they just have actual no payoff at all. Interesting. They're just out of gas. Am I cookbooking one of these? I think I want 2 foods to be able to try to kill, like, one big thing, potentially. But then I'm, like, running out of juice for the converter, too, if I just, like, discard this Ceradon. I think I am. awkwardly can't cycle this Horde of the Broken Lands as sorcery speed because it prevents us from holding up Locust Spray, which I don't know if that actually matters. My opponent already has 8 billion mana. So I think I'm just going to attack and say go. I should have discarded the Horror instead of the Ceradon. I wasn't thinking about that, like, cycling awkwardness. I think I want to play this as a land to, like, get closer to Den of the Bugbear. But then I don't think I need to, like, discard a Cookbook every turn. Although, yeah, Currency Converter also can... Destroying the Utopia land is -3 mana. I guess. No, it's -2 mana because they just go get another forest, right? No, it's -1 mana because they just go get another forest. It just blows up the Utopia Sprawl. It doesn't seem that good. It's like maybe useful for like lethaling. I mean, as soon as they draw like a big thing, we just instantly die, so... Not a big thing. Maybe they'll just attack into my Currency Converter, you never know. Damn. I guess cycling this is the same as activating, huh? Oh, this card has Mayhem. Mayhem is not Madness, so I can't cast it with Flash, right? Yeah, timing rules still apply very explicitly. Again, we're really awkwardly choked on black mana. Oh, this does have Flash, though. So we just play this. Go to combat. Oh, no, we want to cast spells. We don't want to animate Den here. We just need to kill my opponent as fast as possible, which I think means not animate. I mean, maybe it just even means animating Den here. And just like Underworld Cookbooking the Locust Spray to make another 2/2 and just like kill them that way, right? I mean, I have 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 damage. Maybe that is actually just faster than trying to like get value here. I don't think holding up the... Maybe when we just discard the Wekdu to the Cookbook to make a just to make a regular 2/2, just so we can keep the Locust Spray to clear a blocker. Oh, they drew a big thing. Oh, that's not that scary as far as big things go. We even like literally just kill it. We just punch it with Asmo. Kitty, not the time. Come on, get out of here. Am I always shooting this? I think the answer is yes. I'm going to discard when do... Make another 2/2. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. We're discarding the Locust Spray, because we need to rip land for the Locust Spray to matter, although we also need to rip land for the Wekdu to matter. I went through all that, and then I discarded the Locust Press of the Wick too. Fuck. Whoopsie. We can't discard this if we discard this for the treasure. But it doesn't matter here because I'm not going to do anything. So we play the land out so we can flash in the Wick do. Because flying might matter here. I think it would have been much nicer to be able to Locust Spray though. Oh yeah, Locust Spray the Lightning Greaves for Fellows. Oh, there's dead. We did it. Holy crap. They just didn't hit a big scary threat for like 3 turns. We managed to get there, huh? We take those, I suppose. Let's go round 2. Alright. I genuinely don't know what's going on. I try to import the deck to Stream Decker. It just shows 99 cards, including the Asmo. And there's no fucking way I can figure out what the missing 100th card is. And then Flex Slot has like a bunch of issues with the Spider-Man cards, so we'll just ignore it. If you really want the list, we can show off a really big version of the list, and then also this is basically useless because it's a list of very tiny names on your screen. Asmo versus Euharis the oh, this is 2099 Spider-Man. I played against this a couple times so far. It has like not seemed super scary to me. We have the Underworld Cookbook in hand, which is unlucky. It is effectively a Molda 6. Does that mean we ship this hand? This, I mean, this is kind of... This is like an okay hand, but no 1-drop. 1-drop is just like cycling. I guess 1-drop is just playing Cookbook and starting to do that. I think this is okay. Croxa could be really scary if we like just discard it and start escaping. I think we're just gonna bad lands into Cookbook. I should be cognizant a little bit of the fact that I have Magus of the Moon in my own deck, but can't fetch basic swamp. So this is not mono green, so this is a matchup where we do have to be cognizant of like our Asmo dying to lightning bolts and such. So we don't necessarily just want to run it out, especially because the Cookbook's already in play. Versus a deck that can be really dangerous on like a turn 4 power spike. Do you think the results of the Dual Commander Cup 2 claw the top 8? Yeah, one of the top 8ers reached out to me and said thanks that they used the guide that I made with Manifest Dread MTG a lot to help them get ready for the event, and their list was like very, very close to mine. Very cool to see. The other list looked like kind of pretty run-of-the-mill Cloud. Good to see Cloud doing well in events. Take that, haters. Do I want to, like, get... I don't think I want to just, like, get a bunch of food as soon as possible. I think I'm just gonna like cycle Troll, Swamp, Asmo. We do kind of want to get to cast Croxa as soon as possible though, so maybe we just kind of turbo that out. Really unsure of like the texture of hands you're supposed to keep with this deck, because there's just so much like kind of nonsensical cards. Right, all these cards that just don't really have text, they just cycle. Having food for killing Spider-Man is always... Yeah, but we don't need food until turn 4, right? Just discarding random cards to get food isn't necessarily what I want to do. Like, maybe I want to cast this Croaks at a trade a little bit better next turn. Trade a little bit more efficiently on resources. It's possible I want to be, like, just aggressively discarding other things to turbo out the Croxa more. So escape 6, escape 5. I'm terrible at escaping Titans. Not something I do frequently. He's just like dead, right? Just kill the Asmo. You just recast it next turn, I guess. Is there a list for Superior Spider-Man already? I haven't seen one. I'm sure there's one out there. We want to hit our land drops. Looks broken. Broken's a strong word, I would say. It's like a 4-drop. It's a good Reanimator commander, I think. We could have used Asmo to escape Croxa. That might actually be like huge brain mush, honestly. Just way above the levels that I'm thinking at. I kind of just want to cast Croxa and play tapped Baron more next turn, though. Which means I'm still not discarding. We can discard next turn and then cast Asmo that following turn. Ooh, free Asmo cast. Commander deck where you would use your dead commander to collect evidence. It's fun. Gonna stifle this trigger for me? So next turn we can like guaranteed cast Asmo, right? Because we can, even if we don't have land drop, we can just cycle straight Wraith. But I do want to discard a card this turn to make sure that I have 2 foods lined up for the Spider-Man 2099 turn. If they don't, they could easily just like hold up 3 mana this turn, and then I'm unlikely to be able to resolve and keep my Asmo through the turn cycle. Oh, that's not super threatening. I guess they can hold up exactly Lightning Bolt. Nope. Seal of Fire does not in fact kill Asmo. Discard Memory Leak, I guess. I can't imagine we're casting 3 mana Thoughtseize. Although Locust Spray's also not doing shit, huh? They even discarded their Kellen. This will be 3 cards. So if we discard here and rip land, we can just like slam Croxa instead, which might be pretty good. So I think I'm fine. If we had the Asmo in the grave, I guess it's still reliant on us ripping a land, huh? I don't know why I keep hitting yes on that. Yeah, I'm really struggling to wrap my brain around like the proper direction you're supposed to take of like when you're supposed to just like churn things into food when you don't have like discard matters cards going or like Oval Chase Daredevil or like Squee or something. Does this deck have a Squee? I feel like it should, right? It does not. I feel like that would be a really good card for an Asmo deck, no? You just like kind of want discard fodder for your cookbook all the time? True name. Fair enough. Can't really Asmo that one. Wait, this does this target. Oh yeah, target creature. It does target. Okay. It's not like choose a creature, it deals damage to itself. That would be very funny. I'm gonna discard nothing here again. I feel like I've made the wrong choice with this cookbook like every single turn of this game. We're gonna have to like cycle to try to hit land 4 for Croak, which means we're not gonna be able to cast it this turn, but we will be able to like memory leak or duress my opponent. But I don't want to run out of cards for like my bone shards or something. If we just rip land, we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, and we could just tap cookbook to have the 5th card for Croaksa anyway. Rip red land specifically. Well, I guess we get to like shred their hand, huh? Although I should like maybe be cycling to try to hit the red source. Oh, Jesus Christ. It's a scary card. Tishana's Tidebinder can tag the Croaksa trigger, but then I can just shoot the Tidebinder with Asmo. This Nova Hellkite, I'm probably just more concerned that it damages me. Although I can just shoot it. 1 damage target creature. It trades with... It pairs with Sealfire to kill Asmo, so I think I should just memory leak it. Kind of surprised they didn't spend this turn just killing the Asmo. Tidebender is also a lot worse now that I know about it, too. For what it's worth. Although if they hit, like, land 5 here, they can, like, Spider-Man 2099 plus hold up Tidebinder for the Asmo. That'd be bad for me. They did not, in fact, hit land 5. I guess they could just be going to attacks first. Nope. I don't really think I want to discard these. God, I'm being so punished for the basic swamp fetch I did with the troll. But we had bad lands. I don't feel like I really wanted to shock, but maybe because I had Croaksa, which kind of needed to. Cycle Sky Crash. You want to Tishana's Tidebinder this? No. Tishana's Tidebinder on that? No. Raucous Theater. Oh, Angie's Ravager is kind of hot. Means I can't Croaks the next turn. I think this is like better than the average draw step. I guess I'm attacking because I'm not blocking. Am I okay trading 2 food here to shoot at the Tidebinder? Yes, because I'm worried about the Tidebinder anyway. The Spider-Man plus the Sealfire can then kill my Asmo. But then we Bone Shards the Spider-Man, play Angie's Ravager. And if I just like wait and they play land and they go Spider-Man plus Tashana's Tidebinder on my Asmo and I try to shoot it, then I just don't have the Tidebinder killed at all. I just get my... I think they just want block. They want block here, yeah. Yeah, there's land 5. Now they go for it. Gotta be worried about our life total with this true name. Probably means we spend next turn Croaksing to just break the board, yeah. Oh, I guess because I didn't tap. I can turn on the cookbook later, it's fine. They could technically counter the cookbook instead. Uharis the Storm Spinner, correct. What? They just let it happen. Alright, cool. They're just like really locked in on sniping the Croxa, maybe? Which is, I guess, fine. Let's just attack. Because then we can just turn the Croxa online the following turn. Feels like they're really locked in on countering this Croxa trigger, which I don't... I'm happy just to get a 6/6 untap Bone Shards, the Tidebinder, discarding Angie's Ravager, and then getting my Croxa back online, right? They do get to like untap and Storm Spinner plus Seal of Fire my Asmo, but then again I have a 6/6. I have no idea the proper exiles here, huh? I'll just exile the cards that look like trash. Have we figured out why this card was banned yet? I mean, we played one match. It was also like only legal for like 3 months back in the day. So I'm told. Yeah, I just don't think I really care that much about this. I think they will just play 4 mana Uhara. Tag me down to 8 though, which is like a little scary. But then Croxa just starts like punching for 6/9 damage. We Bone Shards the Tashana's Tidebinder, discarding Angie's Ravager. Yep. Because technically they could double block Croxa. No, that'd be horrible for them. Oh, also I'm going to kill the Tidebinder. That's right. What the hell's happening? Oh, Monstrous Rage. Jesus. That's bad for me. We might just die now, huh? Can't raise a Monstrous Rage true name. This thing just shoots me in the face. I go to 1. Do I need to make food? This thing is 4 power. I'm at 1. Effectively. And this thing is 4, so I need to sack 2 food. So I could Bone Shards not cast Angie's Ravager, but then I'm dying. No, I still have Asmo in play. So I'm not dying to the Uharis. I think I need to discard cards. think I need to discard specifically Angie's Ravager here. There's a world that maybe I can set up some weird lethal... No, because I can't Bone Shard sack in the Croak, so... Yeah. I think I need 2 foods. Unfortunately, Cat Madness. We might still be dead to the fucking Ramonap, huh? All this work. Oh, and we can't... Bone Shards, and attack, and discard a card, and still have a card in our hand. For the cookbook? Alright, yeah, alright. I don't see a way out here, huh? Make a second food... Discarding Carabid. Shoot one of them with the Asmo. Then we can never Bone Shards without sacking our creature. God, I feel like we're so close to a lethal here. I'm just gonna take some game actions. Does Spyro help us survive? No, there's a Trinity Nemesis with a monster roll token. If I had one more card in hand, I could Bone Shards this, and if their last card was a land, we would have lethal. I think they just block the Croxa and I lose. Yeah. I feel like there's definitely a way to win this game, but I did not take that avenue. We can re-trigger Croxa once. It's the hard game to navigate. This is not Raffello's. No one sent me a Raffello's deck list. Also, Asmo looked more promising and already had more results. We played against Raffello's round 1. Kind of kicked the shit out of it. Was not a good showing for that deck. I feel like I played that game extremely poorly. I think Raffello's kind of sucks. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm getting. I think Duel Commander is just like adjusted to the point where there's just so much good removal in every color and every deck is playing it that Raffello's is just kind of a creature-based ramp deck in a creature removal format, whereas Azusa is a land-based ramp deck in a creature removal format. So Azusa is just kind of better positioned, but slower. That would be my guess. I think, like I've mentioned a couple times, but like, yeah, I think Asmo has the most likely chance of being relevant in this format. I mean, the Loyal Retainers will probably show up in the decks that you would expect a Loyal Retainers to show up in, because it's like 3-mana reanimation spell works well in like the creature decks too, specifically. If you're like doing reanimate cards and have like a bunch of like shitty creatures. But I don't think it'll be like a big splash, because it's obviously much easier to make a splash as a commander. Much more impactful in the average game. I think Raffello's and Brawl are probably pretty bad. I don't know. SCR looks like a card that would be really good to me, but it's just like not a thing that my brain is going to be able to wrap around, because you have to like balance a bunch of like boggles, auras, and like cheap permission spells and stuff in a way that I just like am not very interested in. Partner commanders, like brewing with a partner commander too, just like really extends the range of like, what are you trying? How are you trying to build this deck? Because like, all right, you start probably like blue white base, but like you could be blue white red, you could be blue white green, blue white black. Just like you have so many options. It's just my brain starts exploding. Where did my opponent go? Hello. Canada Post on strike. Rough. I will say I missed the comment because I was in the middle of like agonizing over the game that I probably threw away. But I don't know. I think Cloud's better than the French results or lack thereof led on. I think the French lists are all really fucking bad, and they just aren't playing the good lists for reasons unknown to me. Just have Cookbook in the hand again, Jesus. I think we can ship this hand. This hand's not particularly interesting. Magus Moon could get them, but they're a deck that probably has like 14 lightning bolts, right? Alright, instant speed removal that can actually interact with the Horus is good. One land is not good. But on 6, one land plus Cycler. The question is, do I slam Barrogoyf or Nethergoyf on turn 1 and just try to rip the land? I'm gonna. You just gotta believe in the heart of the cards. It only matters if you like draw into another Cycler, right? And then if we cycle this and draw out the second land, then we don't have an activator for Asmo, so I think it is just correct to play the Nethergoyf here. If we miss on land, then we have to like sweat the Memory Leak cycle. Ordered 200 cards from Haruya? Jesus. Just building like 12 dual commander decks? Does this deck have like every single card that cycles for 1 mana in it? I have to imagine it just has like almost all of them. I've never seen like Memory Leak or Footfall Crater before. So I imagine they just like Scryfall cycling 1 or cycling red or cycling black or cycling red/black. Please no kill. Please no kill. Rude. You think 200 cards is 2 decks? Oh, I can't imagine you bought every single card. Alright. My fate is in God's hands. And God told me to get fucked. Fair enough. We did actually do the thing too where I said it only matters if we cycle into Cycler and miss second land. So like if the card... Well, I guess we're still using that mana though, so we can never play Asmo turn 2 if we cycle into Cycler. Wait, no, that's not true. Because we just wouldn't have played another Glyph. We would have end step cycled to try to hit second land drop, missed, hit Scarab Feast. Card seems spooky too. Alright, my fate is in God's hands a second time. Round 2. Alright. I'm good. I'm good. We're done here. Let's go on. Let's move on. There's a world where you can keep playing that game. We got like Fatal Push and Dismember and Pyrokinesis to kill their commander a couple times. My heart's not in it. It definitely takes some getting used to. I'm like much more accustomed to the play patterns of like the shitty creature decks and having to navigate the value of each card in hand because it can also be turned into like so many different resources is definitely a brain strain that I am not accustomed to. Fast leak so far, not like the Cloud ones. Well, we conceded a little fast, but yeah. I'll get a long night of sleep for once. Yeah, I'm sure people watching this will be happy that I'm not playing the fifth round like half asleep and just like fucking throwing it. Fun fact: I learned after last week's round 5 against the fucking Naya thing. Oh god, what's it called? Um, the weird elk. God, Marith, Will of the Wild. There we go. That Marith is bugged and just can't activate any of its abilities right now. So like I just conceded super aggressively on board states that just I would have absolutely won because they were just casting like a vanilla 3/3, which is unfortunate that Marith is bugged. I reached out to Daybreak and asked them very nicely to fix the bug. Because apparently Marith was previously bugged, so you could never remove the last counter, and then something recently broke Marith even worse, and now you can't remove any counters. Marith also had day 0 erotics, the text on the printed card is wrong. Yeah, because like the text on the printed card, you could make zeros, infinite 0/0s, right? Very gentlemanly to concede when you... I definitely would have conceded anyway, but it's very funny that I was so tired, it was just like, oh, my opponent's cast Walking Ballista X equals 3, just concede game. Just get out of there. But yeah, absolutely. If my opponent had then typed in chat, wait, why can't my Marith activate? I probably would have been like, this thing's gonna fuck my shit right up. We can move on. I hope that that player did well in their league, despite their Marith being Hill Giant. Wait, Hill Giant's a 4/3 for 4, right? What's a 3/3 for 3? Nessian Courser? 4-mana 3/3. Yeah. Nessian Courser. I also learned, because people were talking about Marith in the Duel Commander Discord after someone mentioned this, that Deadpool's really fucking good against Marith. Really funny that you just cast Deadpool, copy the Marith, you become like a 7. What is it? Deadpool's like a 5/4. It gets 4 counters. You just become like a 9/8 with Marith abilities. Actual fucking nightmare. There's some poor soul talking about how they were playing their Marith deck for a while, and then Deadpool came out, and they're like, well, this sucks. I bet you'd probably play Deadpool in Asmo and paper, right? Just like a pretty good value card. Tinfoil hat, they unbanned Asmo so they can just ban Deadpool. Low-key, I think I fully think you should just aggressively ban cards that are unprintable on online clients. Maybe not a hot take. Just if they ever get at all playable, just fucking shoot them, kick them to the curb. I just don't want to see them. I think the idea of WotC printing cards that have to like do this like stupid Spider-Man workaround is like already pretty heinous, and the fact that there are cards that exist that cannot do the Spider-Man workaround where they print the universes within silly versions, if those cards become playable at all, they should just be nuked from orbit. Deadpool will be universes within the next Marvel bonus sheet. That'd be nice. Is it just 200 program Deadpool? No, they don't have the rights. The same reason we don't have Spider-Man cards on MTGO. We have universes within cards. Daybreak cannot put the card on Moto. And what Wizards has said, we're not printing a universes within version of this. It's 100% cope, yeah. I mean, there's probably a non-zero chance that they can just put the literal card into, like, one of the Marvel sets. Right? There are, like, 2 Marvel sets next year, right? If they just, like, print Deadpool trading card and then it gets the universes within treatment, that it didn't when it was a secret layer, then maybe it shows up. But just kill them. There'll be at least 5 more Marvels. Now we're just making shit up, right? There were 3, right? I'm not crazy. There were just like Spider-Man, and they said 2 more in 2026. Maybe not. Maybe there's only 1 more, right? Because they said Star Trek, Hobbit, Marvel, Unknown for 2026. 1 covered next year, probably and more in 2027. Their predicted Infinity Stone %. You have a sample size of 1. Yes, at the current rate, they've printed 1 Infinity Stone, but they've also printed like 400 Spider-Mans. That rate doesn't seem very sustainable. You thought they said that? I mean, okay, maybe they did. Maybe I'm being too aggressive. I don't remember them saying anything like that. Hand's a little awkward mana-wise, but it's got activators for turn 2 Asmo, and it's got like a hopefully good card to just hit the key button. Shinko's kind of nice, helps Asmo not trade with Uharis. I beat up this deck with Cloud a couple times when I was just like playing off stream. I got nuked by it once though. They had like on their turn 4, on my turn 3 end step, I had 1 mana up to hold up a removal spell, and they iced it, untapped 4 mana, Uharis, +3/+0 haste, and the +1/+1 the Cloud of the Dominus or something. It's like the 1 mana gives +1/+1 for red, +1/+1 for blue, and then like Shroud and some other ability, and they just like actually fucking nuked me from orbit. It was really funny. Just like 21 to me to the face. You played Deadpool in the Duel Commander Cup, then ran into a Traxa. Bummer. You don't play Fleam in Duel Commander right now. The Grixis hotness is Kefka, and Fleam doesn't seem better than Kefka to me, but I could be wrong. This is just like land to go scenario. Turn 2 probably just looting. Maybe we cycle Stinger end step, because we're probably going to looting into Asmo because we want to hit some land drops, of which we don't have many. If they have like a weird counter spell for my Faithless Looting, then we still have like a second cycler to keep Asmo online. What's happening? Go away. I should have cycled Sky Crash. Whoops. Looting. They counter this? We just like play tap land as they go. I feel like you'd want to just like let this card disadvantage happen and then just counter the Asmo. Likely gonna discard Oppo or something here. Buried Alive is in this deck, huh? I guess that's pretty good. There's like a lot of good Buried Alive hits, right? You just get like Daredevil and 2 graveyardy cards. I think we're just going to discard Brute Wall because it's free, and then Oppo because it's the worst card in my hand. Maybe we'll get to do some sick-ass Buried Alive shit. Who knows? We did not hit land 3, notably. Go get him, buddy. Does it have an Anger in it? No. Should it have an Anger in it? Possibly. Go get him, buddy. Okay, Kind of didn't expect that all of my shit just resolved, huh? Just gonna kill the Asmo. Petty theft the Asmo. That seems like very fine for me. Oh, I guess I have to discard a card. Ironic. Kind of need a cycler. I think we discard this Buried Alive. Feels like it's gonna be kind of expensive. Buried Alive is obviously really good because you get Oval Chase Daredevil. If you're a cookbook, I just don't know when we're ever gonna fucking cast it. Especially because we don't even have the black mana right now. Next turn we're probably like Cycle Sky Crash Asmo or something. Try to hit that land drop. Go get him, little guy. If we cycle the Footfall Crater and miss again, then we're pretty hosed. Because then we also have to move to discard. Just everything's bad. But if we hit, I just don't know if we're winning if we just fucking cast Asmo for no value. Say go again. Sure. Discard Emperor of Bones. Get a lot of black mana. My opponent's just gonna like cast Johara, get the free kill, hit me for 3, put me to 14. We're gonna keep missing land drops. Our Asmo's not online. Yep. Oh yeah, this was the card that fucking... No, it was a different one. Are we just dead? We are, right? Yeah, alright, fair enough. I hate 2-color mana bases, man. Like, statistically, they are fine. Just... And, like, and sometimes you color screen your 1-color deck, right? Especially with Cloud. You have a bunch of, like, colorless utility lands and stuff, but... Man, just not being able to do anything with half your deck. Does this deck not want, like, the 2-mana cycle land? The one that taps for both colors becomes untapped? Is that one not good enough? Because the cycle's for 2? Just, like, doesn't really help cast your Asmo enough. Spider-Man players need to seem to pee a lot. Yeah, I don't know what the deal is. This doesn't feel like the dual Q grinder sort of deck. Maybe you just build, like, the blue Spider-Man 2099 in, like, a super aggressive way, and you, like, don't play a lot of the permission. You just play, like, burn spells and, like, the big pump haste cards to try to, like, blow them up on turn 4. Maybe that's the strat. This is just, like, red deck wins. Alright. Keep... I kind of want to go tapped Crypt into, like, Cycle Draineth Stinger, plus Asmo, plus, like, 3rd land, go, like, Faithless Looting, Kitchen Imp, Wekdu? Seems kind of sick. I don't even know if that's like good enough. I'm working so hard, and you just get like a mediocre board of guys. You get like a 3/3 and 2/2/2 flyers. And so far, the Asmo like very low sample size, some like very like high variance, like some unlucky games or whatever. But in a matchup where you're expecting your opponent to interact, I just feel like this deck plays a lot of like kind of weak-looking synergistic pieces and does not really generate a lot of card advantage if you don't have like the really good cards to feed the discard. And just like Asmo's not super good against removal. It's like costing you cards to fuel the destruction ability. It's effectively a 2-cost commander in almost all instances, right? Because you almost always have like the 1-mana cyclers. There are a couple instances where you can do it for free, but for the most part, you should be evaluating this card as costing 2 and then costing 4, and this deck's not great at like hitting much more land drops than that. Hey, what's up, big cuddle monster? It's also possible, fully possible, you can like just build this deck very differently and get some more juice out of it that way. We're just pulling a single list out of the aether here. Where do my opponents keep going? Is this gonna be the new? I really hope this isn't gonna be like the new mono red, where it's just like opponents like just triple queuing or something. Playing Cult of the Lamb. I remember playing that. It was a fun game. What did we decide on turn 1? Tapped Blood Crypt? Yeah. Stinger into Asmo. Maybe hit land... land 3. Yeah, you can Faith... Even without land 3, we can Faithless Looting into these two, because if the looting can find land 3 potentially, and then we can cast the Imp off Madness, and then the Mayhem means we can cast it later that turn. Slightly different Madness versus Mayhem keywords. Opponent, where are you? What the hell does Mount Doom even do? It's just a Sulphurous Springs, but it always hurts you, and you have like a ping ability and then an ability that never activates. I guess it's just because it's an untapped dual land, probably. Makes some sense. Maybe my opponent just times out. Who knows? If my opponent hits 20-minute mark before showing up, we're gonna like take a pee break when they're attacking for lethal. No, we're not actually doing that. I don't recommend. Kitty, what is your problem? I do not suggest BMing your dual queuing opponents or win trading opponents or whatever the hell they're doing. They're back! They did it! They're alive! They have returned, and then... Okay, thank God. Start treating these decks like mono-red decks and not like blue-red tempo decks with like permission and stuff if they just keep playing like this. It feels like you're never holding up any cards. I should maybe take a look at some of these lists. I haven't looked at them. I've only had the experience of playing against them. Something to do here while my opponent takes 100 years, huh? MTG Goldfish. Grim Lavamancer, huh? see any Spider-Man 2099s. Wow, double Bobble, huh? What does Bobble do in this deck? Just fuels the graveyard? Prowess triggers? Stuff like that? Where are my events? Just give me dual commander effects, MTG Goldfish. What is your problem? Decks. Popular decks / metagame. Dual commander. Now how do I get events from here? A few recent events. There we go. Let's find one of these Uharis the Storm. Oh, here's literally our opponent. Okay, so this is a tempo deck. They just had like a really aggressive hand, I guess. There's like Counterspell, Lose Focus, Mana Lake, Memory Lapse, Miscalc, Remand, Tail's End. Definitely a good chunk of creatures, though. All more creatures than I would have expected. They have changed up a list a little bit because they discarded a Kellen. Oh no, that was our previous one. I discarded a Kellen. Yeah, it was Clout of the Dominus. Plus, there's one of these cards that's shaped like Wild Ride. I think there's another older one that looks like that does almost the same thing as Wild Ride. Yeah, Reckless Charge. That's it. Thank God. Opponent's finally here. I hate everything. Fucking kill me now, man. Worst possible draw in the deck. Hey, at least I shouldn't have played my land. Whoops. Taking extra damage. Oh, this is a sick-ass Grimaldmancer art. Dominaria Remastered? Banger. Kind of makes me wish I could play a Grimaldmancer deck. Yeah, I think we're just going beatdowns. I guess it is a little bit dangerous, huh? Because if on our turn 3 we don't have Cookbook in play, then we can't have 2 food to kill the Uharis on their turn. But it also seems unlikely that we're going to be able to have Asmo in play during the Uharis turn. This Lawmancer is just going to kill all my free guys. We could wait a turn before doing this play. We could start building up Underworld Cookbook stuff. Nah, fuck it. Not the best cards I've ever discarded. Or ever drawn off of Faithless Looting, sorry. Some pretty good cards in terms of discarding them. So am I going to like block and tap to shoot Asmo? I think I kind of don't care because we have nothing going on with our mana or cards in hand. We can just replay Asmo the following turn. Shouldn't this be highlighted? Oh no, because I don't have priority, right? But this does have flash, and it has been discarded, so I should be able to cast it whenever I have priority. We're like clicking through priority in this turn. Come on, opponent. This is the problem with like playing a deck like this over mono red or whatever. If you're trying to just like grind 3 leagues at the same time or whatever my opponent is doing, watch their movie and play their video game in the middle of their MTGO league, then like you can't really play a deck that wants to be holding up a bunch of spells on your opponent's turn. You kind of just want to be like jamming your stuff and just like crunch and turn to sideways. Just so many extra steps here that we just waste. My opponent just like slowly passes priority because they have a mana leak or a memory lapse or whatever in their hand. I guess I could have maybe just played Kitchen Imp and Underworld Cookbook this turn. No, then the Lavamancer just tags the Kitchen Imp for pretty much free. Let's keep looking at how this list is built, I suppose. A real density of creatures. There aren't actually that many like blow you up and kill you cards. It is just the +3/+0 hasters, Wild Ride, and Reckless Charge, which makes sense. It's like 15 just by itself. Kind of surprised to not see any more hasters. There's one with like Jumpstart, I think. It's like +1/+0 in haste or something. Sort of Feast of Famine feels like kind of a weird one to see here. Seems like a lot of mana. There's Boots, which makes some sense. This is a sorcery speed bounce spell. Plus mild anti-storm card. It actually doesn't seem very scary. It has the threat to blow you up, which is definitely threatening. It has a couple of like these like hexproof cards that can blow you out and do you 3 damage too, but you just have like a couple of removal spells in hand. You're pretty insulated versus a lot. This is like really egregious. I have no idea what my opponent is doing. Sorry to all the people that came here to watch Magic. Anyone else got any post-ban lists? I want to share them in chat. We can take a look. Is anyone like playing Brawl? Oh my god, they took a game action. And by that I mean they passed priority. I didn't think they could. Is like pretty severe. A couple of other Uharis decks. Will take another minute and a half off the clock. Any Felia enjoyers out there? Felia keeps having good looking results. Like people keep playing the deck, and I'm very curious as to why. My experience has largely been that Felia is just like actively throwing throwing away percentage points versus just playing Cloud. I would be curious to hear what Felia players' thoughts are on the matchup. Not the matchup, but like the difference between the decks, I suppose. I know nothing of the four, but I watch you, so I don't have to. I mean, yeah, that's a fair enough response. In Europe, Philly has better results paper than Cloud. Yeah, that's what I'm curious about. I just like feel like that's super wrong to me. That people just keep playing Felia for reasons that I don't really understand. I think Cloud has like extremely broadly better matchups across the board. But it's like a lot of players is the thing. It's not just like the, oh, I like my Felia deck, I'm gonna keep playing it. It's like just there's so much of the percent of the meta is Felia when they could pretty easily be playing Cloud if they wanted to. Oops. I discard card first. But that would be proving me right. That's true. Everyone knows they're out despite me personally. More fun deck, more good players play, get better deck results. That seems like fully made up though. Like people want to win. We should get like nuked here. Can we just like die? My opponent can just like have the haste thing and just kill me here. No? Cool. My phone never tells me when you start streaming. I'm always streaming at the same time every night. Every Tuesday. If that helps. I feel like we're just gonna get counterspelled and fucking die here, but might as well try, huh? Sources I made it up. Source I made it up fits for sure. Yeah, that's the thing, is I just like don't accept that as a reasonable answer to affect it in such a severe degree. It just like doesn't strike me as a real answer. It strikes me as kind of a shrug of the shoulders, you know. To Spider-Man 2099. No, it is Uharis the Storm Spinner, clearly. Yeah, it's Spider-Man 2099. I haven't been super impressed by the Uharis list, but I also haven't been super impressed by our own deck, so we've been kind of getting beaten to death by them tonight. But I've like played versus them a bunch with Cloud, and they feel okay. They feel like probably playable. I think it's better than VV. Also, yeah, the Stream Decker and the MTG and Flex Slot both don't have this list. It's literally just pulled from MTG Goldfish. I had to fight with both of my deck lists at the start of the stream today, where Stream Decker shows a 99 card deck list, and I don't know what the 100th card is, and Flex Slot won't accept Spider-Man cards. If you want the list, hang on, we can pull it up. It's like, I can literally post it in chat. It is this one. you go. And my suffering opponent. Just cast a pump spell and kill me, please. We've been held hostage here for like half an hour. Yeah, it really didn't help when we Faithless Looting into 2 more lands and then drew a bunch of lands after that. It was really not a real gamer move. And flashback Looting next turn. And then hit. I don't know. Opponent watching the stream is anonymous leaving past the Cloud Ones. You, like, they can just kill me. Like, just, why are we paused in their main phase and I'm tapped out? Just turn the guys sideways, pass the turn, or cast the spell that kills me and pass it. There's no decisions to be made. They're just like have 3 other leagues up all at the same time. They're busy activating Bazaar in Vintage. No, that's too many game actions. They're busy casting White Bloom Adventurer in Vintage, and also, like, I don't even know what's a good F6 equity deck in Modern. Ow! What is your problem, kitty? You jumped up this chair so badly, and stabbed me multiple times in the process. This is a real bad day. Get out of here. Jeez, she slashed me. This is still game 1, right? No, this is game 2, unfortunately. I would love to just time them out, but we are down a game and down a board state. Buried Alive gets Skyfire, Phoenix, Bloodghast, Ovalchase. I mean, there's probably a couple other cards you could get with it, right? The other Detectives, Phoenix 2, a couple of the other... There's probably a couple other Graveyard Synergy cards, maybe. You get Croxa. Maybe something else. But yeah, mostly. I thought it was cool. I drew it and I was like, oh, there's a Buried Alive here. That's kind of cool. I don't know if it's good, but it's cool. There are probably a lot of omissions. Like, I was looking, there were 3 Asmo decks that got published. I think they all 5-0'd yesterday or something. And they all seem to have, like, pretty glaring omissions to, like, very good cards that I would expect to see in Asmo decks. But obviously, it's, like, day 1, day 2 stuff that people, it's easy to forget really good cards. You just have the lethal! Just kill me! Come on! I guess I'm dead to everything. Because I'm at effective 2 here. Oh no, I'm just literally dead. They just recast Uharis and kill me here. Maybe they'll just time out with 6.5 minutes. I was supposed to... I don't know. I just want out of this match. I just need my opponent to stop holding me hostage. Pet Duel Rakdos Clown. Yeah, if only. We were talking about that earlier. If they reprint Deadpool trading card in like the next Marvel set, or it's just gonna be in hell forever. I think cards that can't exist online should just be like removed from competitive formats completely. Dang, there goes the plan of they misclick and leave Uharis in their graveyard. Maybe they flashback Wild Ride and like target the Uharis and then attack. They saw the line. Jesus Christ, that was miserable. That was like one of the most miserable games of Duel Commander I've played in a while. Like usually the win traders or like the triple cures or whatever have like a pretty okay pace of play still, but that was egregious. Well, so we lose the same deck twice. Just played against Spider-Man 2099 twice. This deck, like, I don't like Asmo very much. I don't think like it's probably a mixture of my ability to pilot the deck, it being like an early draft, but it feels like it has a lot of like mopey synergy cards to enable a commander that's not doing enough. It doesn't generate card advantage. It in fact generates card disadvantage in order to fuel like the removal. You have a lot of like kind of bad synergy cards. Like we cast like 2/2/2s for one. Oh, the Asmo mirror, huh? Alright, well. Why do we keep fucking drawing this cookbook? God damn it. I'm losing my mind slowly. Here's the perfect fucking... This is the hands we've seen all day. Just all black cards, red, colorless. I'm keeping this. I'm bottoming... No. Hit this, I guess. I don't know. We have a colorless cycler, yeah. We can play like turn 2 Asmo. It's probably like turn 2 Asmo off Saga. Turn 3, like do some... Oh, we can even gamble for Oval Chase. I swear to Christ, we're gonna cast Gamble for Oval Chase Daredevil, and like maybe we shouldn't cast on turn 1. Maybe we should cast it later and just not activate Saga. Gamble for Badlands. Discard the Memory Leak. Never cast Asmo. Because, like, we don't want to discard the Saga or the Memory Leak here. So I think we just might not cast the Gamble until we put the stupid thing in play. The cookbook. There we go. Figured it out. I can say words. This card's pretty nonsense, though. This card's really good when you draw it. Because we had Saga for it, huh? That's probably the plan. But yeah, I don't know. This deck just... It's been, like, fine, okay. But seems lacking in a lot of departments. Like, the hand just gets, like, cluttered with kind of finicky garbage rather than just like good efficient spells. Rakdos Ellie. Oh, those cards never come to MTGO. Those guys are all dead. It's funny that the most optimal pairing is of the partners for competitive is like probably Ellie plus Ellie, which is just kind of a flavor mess. That's fucking cheating. I don't have that in my deck. I guess I can. I can't fucking bone shards it. Cause I don't have any black mana. This shit sucks, man. I hate this deck. We're just like, I just like almost want to drop this League off vibes. Gamble for Badlands. It's looking more and more tempting, huh? I think I can spend a turn casting Asmo, but not playing Saga. Yeah, you can have a memory, like, I don't give a shit. Gamble for black sources playing. I think we're gonna wait a turn on that. Black source. Then what? We could gamble for the Daredevil to activate the Asmo, honestly? Wait, that might actually be, like, huge brain. Bone Shards the Dothy, gamble for Daredevil to turn on the Asmo, discard whatever fucking trash. Why does my opponent have all the good cards? This is unfair. My opponent didn't put any, like, garbage finicky cards in their deck. They just, like, put a bunch of cool, like, powerful. I think we do have a Fable, in fairness. Oh, shit. Wait, this card's gas, too. Discards. Well, we're gonna cast the Bone Shards first. Thank you. Unfortunately, we can't cast the Bone Shards to discard the Skyfire Phoenix into the fucking Dothy Voidwalker. Everything sucks. Shoot this. Pay this. Discard. Grief? Gamble. Wait, hang on. We want to play our mountain and then gamble, I think. Because we definitely want to be able to cast the Asmo after. It does. It's obviously sucks. It would be nice to have our Saga in play, but I think we just get Oval Chase Daredevil, honestly. Maybe that's like inting, but oh, we discarded the best card in our hand. Everything's fine. Surely my opponent won't bury me in higher card quality. Saga was like the actual only good card in our hand. Just missed on the 1 and 4 here. It's like 50-50 to be like very good for me, 25 to be okay. I think I just want to leave this thing in the yard, and then if they have a Thoughtseize for my Unearth, then I just cry and just say that's my day to day. Well, round 2. No activators. Well, Unearth, slow activator. I think Graveyard Hate is good in this matchup, though. Must be nice to have everything opponent. I mean, alright, never mind. Must be nice to have everything opponent. Yeah, big Thoughtseize. I kind of just want to fucking take this cookbook, huh? I don't know how we're ever beating this Barrogoyf, but them not having cookbook is pretty good here. Strands their Asmo pretty well. They just like cast this Loyal Apprentice, and then they cast the Barrogoyf, and then we lose. But you know, that's fine. You deal 6 damage to the Barrogoyf. I mean, it's gonna take forever. We don't even. I'm taking the cookbook. It'll be fine. We can't even get our Asmo into play until like turn 3, let alone like start activating. Maybe we'll just draw a 1-mana Cycler this turn. Barrogoyf just damage to itself. That's true as well. Is the reason that the creature deals damage to itself because if Asmo dealt the damage, they would have to say the full card name deals 6 damage to target creature? We have a 1-mana cycle. Oh shit, we do. I'm dumb. We still are a turn cycle off of actually being able to kill the Barrogoyf, but we can maybe stall things with like Nile Spellbomb potentially. I'm not reading that. I don't know what it does. It's a joke about how the food is poison. But wouldn't Asmo be dealing the damage? Asmo's serving the food, right? Your stomach's the one thing dealing damage to you? It's a discard outlet. This thing you just discard a card for no value just to cast your Asmo? That's the combo? This deck plays so many fucking bad cards. I don't know. It's a free discard. Yeah, but like you lose the card. It's a free mulligan yourself to cast your Asmo turn 1. I understand the combination, but opponent's deck does have good cards in it. In fairness, our deck also has like Barrogoyf. I don't think our deck has Loyal Apprentice, but I know no cards in my opponent's hand now. Yeah. Cookbook, Spellbomb, go? Or do I want to cast my fucking Circling Vultures to block the Barrogoyf? Just so I can kill it with the Cookbook after. Fucking Delver of Secrets right here. 3/2 flyer. Broken. I mean, I don't hate it. I also don't love it, notably. It is an exactly okay play to make. If their last cards are like Pyrokinesis, red card, whatever, we're dropping the league. We're turning off the stream. I don't know if there's a correct timing window for my cookbooking, but I guess Spellbomb ourselves so the Goyf is a 1/2. Yeah, but then it's like maybe I just let it. There's a possibility I could just let it connect and just like mill one card and hope they don't get like insane value. This deck is bad, needs bad cards because you need to make it easy to know what to discard. I mean, I just don't think the Circling Vultures is doing a lot else. So I think it's kind of fine to just play it. Honestly, maybe I just trade the Circling Vultures and the Nile Spellbomb for it, too. Just put the 3 damage on there. Exile my own graveyard, get this Barrogoyf fucking killed. Ash Barrens. So now they have 2. They can only be 3. No, yeah. This is fine. Weird looking cloud. I guess this isn't fine because they could like cycle some other shit at instant speed. This is probably just Asmo though, right? Fable, sure. I think I can just kill this Barrogoyf. Exile my own graveyard, there's only artifact and land left. I can fight the loyal apprentice with my go for blood. Sick draw. I mean, it's just, you just play so many of these fucking cards. I get that it has like one, it activates your Asmo, but like, what does it do now? It's just like this is one of the better cards we could have drawn too in terms of like the 1-mana cyclers. What if we drew Desert Ceradon here? I do agree. Go for Blood is one of the better 1-mana cyclers you can put in this deck. It's literally Terminate here. It's just like it's the principle of the thing, right? Just hold up Oppo to get a second cookbook. My opponent's cookbook is unfortunately for me in their graveyard, so holding up Oppo doesn't really do anything. I think I'm just gonna go for Blood the Loyal Apprentice and attack them. Do I just kill this Goblin Shaman? Do I even care about it? If I attack, I can just like even unearth my Asmo, just keep trading for their resources. Why not make food then kill token? I mean, I could. That's what I was thinking about. And we're not gonna be able to kill their Asmo, but their Asmo doesn't do anything because they can't generate food. Just a 3/3. I don't know. We're taking game actions here. That's what I came to do. Game action central. Imagine if we had Screaming Nemesis in our list. Then they'd be at 14 and couldn't gain any more life. If we drew it. I don't know if I'm fully on board with that one. Well, I guess they gave back up Arrowquave, huh? It hits me once and maybe draws them a card. That's like not bad. Gain a bunch of life too. They get a grief, sure. Ooh, an Angie's Ravager. Don't mind if I do. Just say go, I guess? My hand's pretty grief-proof, huh? If they grief me, I guess I just let it resolve, and then they take Unearth or Oppo. And then end of turn, we just discard the Angie's Ravager. Flash Madness it in. Maybe they'll search their library somehow. Cast Demonic Tutor, please. Alright, so we decided to just let this resolve. Yeah, they take Oppo, and then they can like exile the Oppo or something. Guess we are at kind of a low life total. Attack first. Keeps the Daredevil more safe against like a like Graveyard Hate card, I guess. Am I fine with this? I guess we had to discard our Unearth, huh? Yeah, I think I have to be fine with this because I kind of need to shoot the Reflection. Nice Blood Moon, yeah. Do we want to keep him? I don't think we can. Like, we can't really afford to kill this Grief. Draw so many cards. We don't need to draw cards, though. I think we're just winning. We get the Ceradon, at least. What do you mean we get the Ceradon? We have a Ceradon in our hand, I suppose. I don't know exactly what that means for us. I have to discard one of these cards to get my Oval Chase back to shoot the Fable. We have a card to cycle. The cycling doesn't do anything. I guess I'm gonna cycle it here. No, we're gonna. Yeah, no, we are gonna cycle it. Great, lovely. God damn it. Take that, opponent. They attack. I think I'm just gonna stack block. You just cast the Asmo again. The floor on every card in our deck is half a food. That's my exact problem with the deck. That's like also the ceiling on like 50% of them. 1.5 life. Broken. Goodbye, Desert Ceradon. I hope my opponent can't instant speed put +1/+1 counters on their Emperor of Bones. That would go badly for me. Yeah, you got it. Deeply terrifying. I'm kind of surprised they didn't just like leave the Magus in play and just Demonic Tutor for like that a shatter for the cookbook. Then how do I fucking win? Oh, we're gonna cast the shit out of this guy. He's gonna go fucking beatdowns? Is this better than casting Asmo this turn? Just fucking 6/5? If they shadow the cookbook, how does anyone win? A lot of crying, probably. What the hell did they detutor for? I'm very scared that I'm just gonna die to something. It's fucking beat down a clock. Do they tutor for like Fairy Macabre or something? There's no way. Some way to like snipe my Oval Chase. Pyrogoyf? Yeah, that would probably kill me, huh? I've not mathed how many card types. Oh, does this kill me? Probably. Oh, I don't fucking know. What does this get? Things that murder me, maybe. Please end my suffering. I don't think it kills me yet. It's gotta be close. Especially if they have like a 1 mana. If they have 1 mana cycler, no, then they would also need like a land. Detectives Phoenix, Ox of Agonis. Why don't I have an Ox of Agonis in my deck? I'm just gonna die if they draw land, right? It's literally just like 7 damage in the air. We're not dead. We're only mostly dead. Oh, hold. This is a good one. Wait, do we have to exile the... I think we exile the Phoenix. I think we can beat the Croxa, right? Is that insane? I guess we could have always exiled. No, but this one lets me Emperor plus Asmo in the same turn and kill the Ox. We could also kill the Ox, right? Because my opponent's just going to be able to Ox again. The Phoenix is really threatening, though, with flying. I think we have to kill the Phoenix. Am I trading with this Ox? That seems terrible for me. Do I preemptively shoot the Ox? Also seems kind of terrible for me. Imagine only putting 1 cookbook in an Asmo deck. Yeah, foolish of me. You're like asking them if they want to trade. What happens when the answer is yes? Then I guess I have the food tokens left over. And they just Ox me again, and then I shoot it and then eat it or something. And they also play Croxa. Oh god. I guess they can't Croxa and Ox. Yeah. Oh, that seems bad. If they draw a Cycler, we die now? Oh no, we can technically eat food in our upkeep or whatever. Lose 3 life. Draw a card. Oh, treasure token? That's extremely bad for me. That means we're doing more shit this turn. Shoot the Ox and take the Ox after we make a food. Yeah, but then we're still hemorrhaging to the monument, right? Hold. We can kill the Squee and the Ox. We can do that anyway with Hive if we want to. And then what? We need mana. No, we need mana up to activate food tokens to gain life to beat Monument of Endurance. I think we shoot Ox. This thing has trample and can like get pumped. I think I want my Angie's Ravager to just draw 3 cards at some point. I guess we always have to sack this food token, right? Otherwise, they could have like instant speed cycle, and we have to crack on end step, and we just die. Unfortunately, if they find like enough cyclers, then this thing outputs 6 damage a turn. This thing only outputs 3 life a turn, which means I need to like attack. But then they have this thing that can grow. We need to be able to block it. I think we're just kind of staving off the inevitable with loose play. Yeah, like the second they find a cycler, we die here, right? Immediately. They can just drain for 3. And then on my turn drain for another 3. Okay. Decided to not kill me. They can only do the option once per turn. Yeah, they can do it on my turn though. Like instant speed cycle. Which they have elected to not do. If they have if they have other cyclers, we just die. So this is just like a removal spell. Again, we could have just killed me with these cyclers, but sure. Cycle 2 things? No, just trading with both creatures. Removal spell, sure, okay. Alright, alright, thank God we're out of there. Jesus. Let's put up the giveaway, huh? Got one more giveaway for the month. Title. Asmo. Exclamation point. Giveaway Asmo. How much money to force you to play the 5th match? I'm gonna play it. Regardless. Let's do our giveaway first, though. Type Asmo in chat to get your chance at 120 play points. Yada, yada, yada. We'll play the last match. We'll just maybe not be happy about it. We'll do a little bit of debrief. We got time. This is a fast league of getting murdered. Anyway, I'll be right back. Keep running the giveaway. Alright. Not been Asmo's greatest showing. Also not been Asmo's greatest piloting. But I do think that, like, the concerns I have about the deck are certainly there. And, like, should be evaluated and fixed going forward. Just feels like you genuinely don't have a lot of good card quality because so many of your cards are just kind of, yeah, it's a rough list. It's a rough pilot. There's a lot of bumps to smooth out, certainly, but I think the work is cut out for it. I'm not impressed with the first showing of this commander compared to the power level of 2025 Duel Commander. Especially because of how much extra artifact hate Cloud has added to the format. If your cookbook ever gets blown up, it just feels like your deck doesn't really do anything anymore. I'd say, as we like thought Caesar opponent's cookbook to turn one, that we like still lost that game, but I'm just curious to see how Cloud does against Asmo. I think I would be extremely happy to play against Asmo as a Cloud player. My intuition. It doesn't feel like the deck can threaten very big power spikes very fast. Your commander's mostly a 2-drop, which means your removal spell's not online until turn 4. We're playing against, I don't even know the Spider-Man name on this one. This is like the Lady Octopus? I don't know. Why is this Chaos Defiler in our deck? We're just casting this for 5 mana? Doesn't seem very good either. Anyway, we have turn 2 Asmo, turn 3 Buried Alive, question mark, question mark, question mark. Our opponent had 5 mana, that is true. Am I supposed to keep these hands? Am I supposed to mulligan? What am I mulliganing towards? Do I just need to kill this thing on turn 1 every time? Probably not. Yeah, hand seems fine. That's my concern. Is like if these are the keeps, then like I don't think this deck's very good. Like if my opponent was playing as Cloud and revealed this hand, I would be like, okay, this is a buy. Turn 1 Asmo. I guess we technically could have, huh? Maybe I was honestly supposed to. Like make sure this thing doesn't get super out of hand. Does this thing not like cast them at instant speed? Maybe they just really want to cycle the spell bomb and then their second trigger on it. Yeah, I honestly think I was probably supposed to turn 1 the Asmo on, honestly. You can discard this with 0 targets, right? We could have even generated 1 target by fetching. But the fact that it says exile up to 2 graveyard cards, I think you can just discard it with doing nothing, right? It says up to. This way we do get a Surveil, though, so we can like maybe dig for a Fatal Push or a Lightning Bolt or whatever. Does our deck even have like Lightning Bolts and Flame Slashes, or do we only have bad cards? This one's our deck, right? We do have Lightning Bolt. We don't have like Flame Slashes or Cut Downs. We have like Bone Shards. I guess Galvanic Blast. That's because you make the artifacts. That makes sense. But you just like don't have the spot removal that feels necessary in this format. What is happening today? How is the play tap, cast Aether Spellbomb, tank for 2 minutes? This league's a nightmare. This whole night's been a nightmare. Can we please just fucking... We need to drop. We need to end the stream. What the hell is going on today, chat? There's something in the water. It is... It is a cool and interesting thing that we've played against 2 unbanned commanders and 3 Spider-Man commanders today. That is like a cool, interesting twist on like people are trying out new things in leagues. It's just unfortunate that the deck that I'm playing is just feels so not good. If we were like playing Cloud, it would have been really cool, right? You get to test like a pretty seasoned deck against a bunch of like interesting and new ideas. But instead, we're testing our interesting and new idea against their interesting new ideas, and we've discovered that ours is maybe lacking. I'm gonna end it all. Tank for 3 minutes, cycle the spell bomb. Mr. Landrop, it's the least you could do. Thank you. And then Fatal Push, or Lightning Bolt, or Galvanic Blast, or Fury, or anything that takes this thing off the board is the top card of our deck. Monstrous Carabid does not take this thing off the board. Nethergoyf also does not take this thing off the board. It's okay, this one will. Anything about Nutrient Block for Asmo? It's just, that's like the food chromatic star, right? It's like probably fine. I do think that there is an issue in this deck of like I said, that your Asmo isn't usually online as a removal spell until turn 4, which feels really slow. So the ability to play Nutrient Block that just like cycle, yeah, sure, whatever. I don't give a fuck. I'm just gonna cast this Asmo again on turn 3 with the Fairy Macabre. So the ability to like turn 2 the Asmo, turn 3 Cookbook, tap, plus Nutrient Block and get your Asmo removal spell online a turn earlier makes sense, and it's just like kind of free, right? It cycles pretty easily. I wonder if I should have just genuinely put that on top. No, I shouldn't have, because I want to draw real cards. Well, I guess we're not taking this Merita off the board. Are we just gonna get like Painted? You can also get it off Urza Saga. I suppose you are not technically wrong. Opponent's gonna get so blown out when they can't Spellskite my Chaos Defiler. On turn 5, when I hard cast my stupid removals. What is this? This is Mystic Forge? This is Mystic Forge that's also taps for mana. Okay. What the hell's my plan, huh? Aside from dying. 5th land, we did it. We did it next turn, notably, of which there very easily might not be one. Does this Buried Alive do, like, nearly enough for me? Bloodghast, Oval Chase. Question mark, question mark, question mark. Play my land, play the cookbook. Don't really do anything threatening. Bloodgast. Maybe Croxa last card. Oval Chase. Croxa. I'm gonna counter my cookbook. I'm gonna cry a lot. I almost would get some dinky 5-drop cycler for Phoenix. I mean, we already have a Monstrous Carabid in the yard, so I don't think I care that much. It'd be going a lot better for me if my deck was doing anything, because their deck seems to be doing something very, very slowly. If we'd had, like, any sort of removal spell to point at that. Is it too early to concede here? Because I feel like we're not winning this game, huh? Our cookbook got countered. My opponent has 6 cards in hand and Mystic Forge in play. We're gonna get a Chaos Defiler counter next turn. Lose. I think we're fine. I think you and I have very different definitions of the word fine. This Chaos Defiler has to target like 3 things. They can't even recast their commander. What do you mean they can't recast their commander? What? After they played their land. Oh, okay. But, like, they could. This is taps for mana, even. They had 3 mana already, and also their commander doesn't do anything anymore. It doesn't need to. It's already been, like, Aether Vial. It's put, like, 10 mana permanents into play or whatever. Now we have to cast Philo's Kappa Cannoneer and then lose to Crystal Skull, whatever. Does it? I've never read that card before. Yeah, I also haven't until just now. It's just Mystic Forge. That's also a mana rock. Slightly different because it plays historic lands and casts historic spells. But it's mostly just Mystic Forge. I swear to God. This league is such a nightmare with people just like randomly sitting here just like come on, we got to my main phase. You passed some amount of priority. Just let me cast my 1 spell per turn and attack for 5 and then lose. Why are we doing this? Oh shit, we get the Oval Chase back? Broken. Maybe they don't do anything, and then we get Croxa Detectives Phoenix. This is why we play Chaos Boy. To cast our 5-drop on turn 5. Remove one of my opponent's 4 problematic permanents? Is that why we play Chaos Defiler? I don't think Chaos Defiler should be in the deck. Can we enchant our Phoenix with Spell Scout out? You're probably not. I don't know how to bestow. Can you bestow on your opponent's creatures? Well, that doesn't help me. It's just a big mana thing that also draws cards. Okay, cool. I assume you can bestow on your opponent's creatures. Can we concede yet? Do you think we're disadvantaged enough in this game that you would concede here? Yay or nay? There we go. They searched Winter Orb instead of just fucking paintering me? God, I'm out of here. I'm out of here. They want this game to go longer. They want me to suffer. Why would you search the fucking Winter Orb? Just kill me. The Winter Orb's probably the better card there because like they're so ahead. They don't need. They can just like lock me out of being able to cast more spells. They're like have a million cards, a million mana. And they don't need to like try to go for the Painter combo. Plot twist: they're not playing Painter, just playing the Grindstone for the flex. I don't know. Low-key, I think this deck sucks. I think Asmo is a small sample size, weird matchup spread, but Asmo is not impressed. Maybe someone cooks up a real sicko Asmo list that fixes all the problems. But I think this deck has a lot of problems. I think the deck wants Academy manufactured. That's not solving the problems, though. It's like maybe a good card that you can put in the deck, but like I don't think that solves the problem of like your deck is very like reliant on your like engine working and reliant on your opponent not really gumming up your works at all. Like what happens when you have Academy manufacture in your hand and then your opponent just like mana leaks your Asmo on turn 2 and then you can't really get it off the ground. It doesn't do anything. And why do we keep fucking trying this cookbook in our openers? I'm gonna go insane. I do think we actually keep this cookbook in our opener here because it means we can turn 2, have 2 foods to kill their stupid Octavia. I'm just gonna play the rest of the league down here, chat. If you don't mind. Cookbook in hand is worth 2 in the bush. I think that's the opposite of correct. I think it's actively card disadvantage. If this gets mana leaked, we're conceding. Or not mana leaked, mental misstepped. They mental misstepped the cookbook, which is over. We're ending the stream. I've had too much mental anguish this league. But like, and then this is like this is what we dreamed up, right? We have the turn 2 ability to Asmo the fucking Merida to death, and we're going down two whole magic cards just to do it. It comes back later. Like one of them, I guess. Does that mean their Merida also comes back later? Oh damn. That's a good one to discard in a future turn, I suppose. I think we're discarding this Pyrokinesis. I guess we could play the Baron more this turn too, huh? The only problem with my mental anguish breaking my spirit enough that we're down here is that I can barely see the F6 button from down here. Play your mana. Okay, sure. Play your Spellskite. We just grief them then, right? Because, oh no, our Angie's Ravager isn't discarding our hand yet. But we probably just grief them anyway. Land, grief, go, hold up. Actually, maybe we want Angie's Ravager Sorcery. I guess we grief them first to check if we want Angie's Ravager Sorcery Speed around counters. Oh god, I gotta fucking... I think we just have to take this Harbinger. This we have red, and we can just kill it. We have Cookbook. Never mind. Well, it'd take a while because they also have Spells Kite. But I low-key maybe just want to take this Transmute artifact because I'm just like scared shitless of it. It could be anything, and anything is scary. It is a little bit... no, again, if they get, like, the Harbinger of the Seas Saga on 2 combo or whatever, we're gonna, like, draw a million cards with Angie's Ravager in the meantime, too. No 5-0 tonight. This has been a 5-0 in mental anguish, if that's any consolation. I'm gonna take this Transmute. I don't know what it gets, and it makes me scared. Do we just attack? Just flex on him a little bit. Spook him. Make him think. They should always block. It's okay, we attack anyway. Damn, they saw one. Hope the games are good. The games are bad. Always home. Thanks for your kind words, though. The games are very bad tonight. We've been suffering both gameplay-wise and also my mental. But it's been funny. It's the funny type of mental anguish, at least. It's not like if we're like playing Cloud and just like really getting slaughtered or something. It's just been like this deck is a disaster. And also just like some real heinous things have been happening to us. Sure. Transmute. We could have gotten Shackles. That's pretty scary. Moonstomp being timeless is pretty fun. I just, unfortunately or fortunately, am never, ever, ever going to play Arena. It's just not a format that's not willing to spend the money to sustain in the Arena economy. It does have a lot of, like, Moonstomp got a lot of its deck on Timeless, which is cool. I think we discard this just because it's not very good and we just draw a fresh hand and just like hit a random land draw, probably. If you hadn't played it for so long, build a mana base, you probably would play. Yeah, I mean, yeah, if you got the cards, it's probably it's obviously going to be a more enjoyable time. I know your whole hand. Please, wire. I guess you're not F6 because you need to like hold up the Spells Kite, but like. Come on, just let me attack. Let me draw my cards. I should have shot the Harbinger so they can't block here. Whoops. Missed 3 damage. I think they're just always casting Crystal Skull next turn if I'm not mistaken. Deal him 2 damage, but yeah, I fucked up. Oh, they just let it die. That's nice. Maybe they value the Saga, and then we can Sundering Eruption it. We can also like Croaks of them pretty soon. Yep, there's that thing. We could Croaks of them this turn if we felt like it. Yeah, I think I'd rather blow up their Saga though, because I don't want to discard it. So we discard the Croaks out of the cookbook and then get the Root Wall for free here. They do have this Whir. God knows what the Whir is going to do. I don't really think we want a Faithful Saluting, especially in the face of like this Winter Moon could come down. I think we'll just say go here. We have 9, so we're actually 1 off lethal right now. They've Whir for 2, 3 on the improvise. They've Whir for 2 on the improvise now. Still Whir for... Oh no, they don't have enough blue to Whir anymore. My Croaks, sad. You get a discount on letting dog back if you show the cat. She's not locked out right now. I feel like we're gonna get ensnaring bridged here and then die. I don't really know if I have a good plan to deal my last point of damage. I guess it's Blazy Root Wall. We should probably just shoot this Spellskite. Do we have more mountains? Yeah, we should have 1 regular mountain. I was just thinking about that. I was thinking if we wanted to like shock in for more black sources, but I think having 2 basics is nicer. And we're gonna like pump the Root Wall to make sure that they go to 1 here. Could also just like find Lightning Bolt, that'd be nice. Desert Ceradon, close. Whirring for bridge is like 6 mana worth of stuff, which is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They have like 3 mana to get the rest of the cards out of their hand. That doesn't help. Maybe it does if it like taps down the Blazing Root Wall. Oh. They were tap, tap, tap for bridge. They go to 2 cards in hand. Now they still have 3 cards in hand, though. They were down to 2 to get bridge into play, and then if they cycle Crowder and like to keep the Blazing Wall tapped down, it just puts them back to 3 cards in, and then they die. They also die to the Sokens that they don't know about in that situation, but. I'll give you your points back, though, Delel. If I reject this, I think you get your points back. Reject all and refund. There you go. Oh, they've suspended Soul Talisman? Wait, doesn't that cost mana? Yeah. So now they're 1 mana off of Whir for bridge plus Cryogen Relic, I think. They've Whir for something else that can keep them alive, maybe? Mono blue, though? Seems unlikely. Am I off by 1? Did I miscount? No, yeah. This should be War for Bridge with 1 mana left over, yeah. Which is not enough to beat Blazing Root Walla. Maybe they can get rid of the last card in hand. The last card's like a 1-drop that doesn't draw a card. Then we're in some trouble. Oh boy, game 3. Are you dead? We played around Bounce Spell last card. We played into Stifle last card, I guess. We won a game! We lost 6 consecutive ones, so, feels good. I'm sure the Ravager's upset it couldn't attack. Oh, I also forgot to mention that a buddy of mine is willing to pay me money to stream Lier, so that's going to be a nightmare coming in the next few weeks. I think this hand sucks. We don't even have like a fucking like cool sick ass demonic tutor blowout to tutor up, right? Like we're just gonna tutor like. How much do they pay you for that pleasure? I think they said 30 tickets. Pretty good money, all things considered. It's gonna be a nightmare. You think this fucking Asmo League was painful? At least the Lear deck is like good. What am I doing here? Turn 2 Saga tutor for Fury to kill their 1-drop. Turn 3 activate Saga, make a 1/1. God, this deck fucking sucks. I mean, I guess we keep turn 2 Asmo, but like, is it gonna do anything? I'm bottoming this Chaos Diviler. Get this shit out of my sight. Was this worse than when you tried Diamond Weapon? We did get through a league with this. We gave up after 2 matches of Diamond Weapon, if I recall. Oh, that's a combo. Diamond Weapon is at least cool. That is true. Diamond Weapon has the coolness factor that Asmo has really not felt at all. I think I'm just gonna Sorcery Speed Cycle to try to rip, like, Fury or something. I just want this to be over. Alright, great. We're ending the stream with the slightest sign of adversity. My opponent puts like a pretty reasonable permanent into play here. It's over. Our deck just doesn't do anything. Okay, that's. I would not say that that's pretty reasonable. I would say that is in fact pretty bad. If you want to see me play a specific deck, 36 is price. If you want to see me play a specific deck, you can reach out to me via Discord or Blue Sky. I would say 30 tickets is likely a pretty good price. But I'm not committing to playing any deck for 30 tickets. Kazra isn't even uncounterable himself, so... Play the Goblin Lady? None of the... Are you suggesting something else? None of the cards in my hands are goblins and ladies. None of them are even goblins. But if you're suggesting another commander, potentially. I think we just want haste. Deck didn't seem like it had a lot of creatures. We just want to be beaten down. Ivora is a vampire, yes. Hence the blood tokens. This is pretty scary. You just get like a good 3. Tanglewire. I suppose that probably qualifies as a good 3. I'm trying to like fucking big brain my way into seeing if I can cast a spell next turn. I think the answer is no. We have to tap down 3 permanents all the time, so we'll have 1 mana left. So if I play the Forgotten Cave, we don't have the Cycler to activate Asmo. If I play the Mountain, we have to rip land. No, we play Forgotten Cave, cycle Horror of the Broken Lands, and upkeep, tap down the other 3 lands. Or no, or we just tap down the other 3 lands, leave the swamp. Yeah, never mind, alright. Figured it out. Forgot we had another cycler in there. Really didn't feel like the most powerful thing they could be doing with Fabricate, but it's possible they have just like the bigger payoffs in hand already. And they just wanted to like stall for like 2 turns or something. Had that all 3 games, huh? It's a good card for your artifact deck to have glued to the opener. Please, for the love of God, kill me, opponent. I'm begging you. Why do we keep doing this? Why do we keep doing the thing where we, like, take 1 game action and then pause? think it's a sign, chat. I think it's a sign. It's not fine. We're so fucking dead that game. We have nothing going on. My opponent has like the Mystic Forge in play. It's over. That was an act of God telling me that we needed to be done with this league. That I have suffered enough, and that I'm free to go on to greener pastures. Very genuinely, this. Hang on. Before I rant about how fucking bad I think this deck is, let's end the giveaway. Aggie, congratulations for persevering. You're the proud owner of my last playpoint code. Quite genuinely, I think this expires tomorrow, so you may want to use it like right now. I don't know exactly when they expire, but pretty sure they expire next month, like near the start of the month. So there's your code. Maybe go input that immediately. All right, debrief. Because that was one of the most painful leagues of my entire life. I don't know if, like... Was anyone playing Duel Commander when this card got banned? Because, like... Holy shit. This deck did not feel powerful. Was Duel Commander just, like, not, like... flush with the removal spells it once was back then? I don't know what was going on. Look on top 8. What was going on? Let's just do a history lesson. We got some time since we died so fucking quickly. We got some time. Let's try to take a trip down memory lane here. They had Bazaar. I mean, that would certainly make your deck better. Here we go. Duel Commander back in 4 years ago, almost to the day. This is 10 players. We got like something bigger. These 3-star events. Asmo. Wow, alright. Fair enough, I guess. Three-drop Madness card. Deadly Rollick was legal? What? What a time to be alive. We were just letting people roll with this one? I don't think there's a Lurching Rot Beast in my deck. I don't think we have every single cycler. We did cut off at a certain level of card quality, I suppose. We've gotten a lot of cyclers since then, in fairness. Mox Amber was legal? Excuse me? What was this format? We were allowed to play Mox Amber back then? Man, what a time to be alive. No wonder Isamaru was winning. You had Mox Pearl in your deck. Maddening Hex. Maddening Hex is a sweet one. It was fun when it was like playable in Legacy for a while. Wait, is there Ragavan in this list? Really? Ragavan was legal in the 99s? Oh, wow. Alright. I think this deck's, like... Maybe there just like wasn't the glut of removal. Maybe 4 years ago, Duel Commander was not, like, the removal-centric format it once was. What is Isamaru playing? Yeah, it's got, like, nothing. Your removal's, like, so much fucking worse back then. You portable hole, Swords of Plowshares on thin ice. We're playing Bounty Agent? Wow, what a world. Oh, there's another one-mana cycler that we weren't playing. Viashano Sand Sprinter. I think society has evolved past Asmo being a broken deck. Looking at these lists, I think it feels. I mean, obviously the committee has decided has thought that it's probably reasonable enough to unban, and it definitely felt like it. Just your decks. Go back and look at the first place list for Asmo. Wait, like so whoever got first in Prague. This one. This is like mostly the same cards, right? Wait, there's no Deadly Rollick? Did it get banned between now and then? That card's gotta be so broken you just put it in every single deck that can cast it. Why don't we have Deadly Rollick here? What happened? Gutter Bones. Oh, we're playing all the like little one-drop shitters that come back. I do think the way that this deck was constructed, it did have a real problem of like not really having anything to do on turn one. We just have like a couple of discard spells and like a couple of OK artifacts. I mean, if you just have Cookbook glued to the opening hand like I did every game, then I guess you always have a spell on turn one. But definitely felt like our turn ones were like very wasted, and the early turns are really, really important in Duel Commander nowadays. If you just like go turn one nothing, turn two like cycle into Asmo, and then your Asmo just gets removed, and then like I think your deck just kind of doesn't like function very well. I mean, you can cast the Asmo at turn 4 because then you like have to play out your Cookbook and then not get the Cookbook removed. God forbid your Cookbook ever like not resolve or get hit by an a shatter or an exile spell or something. This list has Rotting Regisaur. Aw, Reggie. I love Rotting Reggie. Everyone's favorite Reanimator Juke. Turn 1 Dark Rare Rotting Regisaur. Attack you 3 times. Why wasn't there a 5? This card's gotta be good enough for our deck, right? This is just Lightning Bolt. But yeah, I think this deck is definitely misbuilt a little bit. I think if you want to like tune Asmo for the modern era, you want a lot more early game interaction, things that like kind of bridge the early turns of the game, so you can try to start setting up your Asmo synergy stuff. But the Asmo synergy stuff just like didn't really feel that intriguing to me. I think this deck is like probably a lot more fine than our outing gave it credit for. Like obviously we yoinked it from like a 5-0 or 3 people like 5-0'd with it, but obviously there were probably a flood of people going and like trying all the unbanned commanders, right? But yeah, maybe we'll see. Maybe I'll like eat my words. Maybe I'll go back to playing some Cloud and like just get fucking shithoused by Asmo down the road. But this deck that seems like pretty safe, and it was one of the decks I was definitely more interested in trying in terms of like powerful potential unbans. Since we'll have to see. I'll wait. Maybe we'll revisit it down the road if people refine some lists. We definitely had some early lists, so we can call it here and pack it up for the day. Let's find someone to raid. I think Asmo will be fine, but not broken. Yeah, I think it is on the lower end. From my experience here and my intuition, I think it will be on the lower end of playable. You can probably like register it and not be embarrassed. But if you're trying to win the tournament, you maybe want a different deck. Alright, let's send you all off. A true pain and suffering stream. We'll be back next week. Probably just with Cloud. I think maybe we gotta space out our mental anguish streams. So we'll probably stream Cloud next week. Maybe we'll hit some of the Spider-Man cards, some of the Unbanned Commanders, do some fun stuff there, and then the week after that, we're gonna maybe play the Lier Donation League, and then go back to some Mental Anguish, and then who knows from there. But thanks everyone for watching. Hope you had a good time watching me suffer. Mostly, it wasn't exactly the most quality competitive content, I guess, but that's what happens when we take a player not very adept at playing a deck and combine it with a real rough looking list. So them's the breaks. Catch you next time. Thanks everyone for hanging out.